MK Ultra podcast starts right now.
One.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the MK Ultra podcast. I'm Marco.
I'm Kevin.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, I was surprised today by you walking in the door because I was like prepared to mow my grass
I
today.
thought I mentioned it yesterday, but I guess not.
No, I don't. I don't know. We were walking for like 40 minutes. I know we were talking about stuff on the TV and like just stuff in general with our personal lives.
Yeah. So today, I wanted to talk about what's your deal with Christopher Nolan?
Nothing. I love him.
No,
I love him.
No.
Yeah.
What is your qualms? Okay, we'll get down to the what does Nacho Libre say? We'll get down to the nitty gritty.
Hey, speaking of that, I just watched it last night for the first time.
Not a bad movie to
But
watch.
yeah,
honestly.
it's not bad. Not bad.
We're not expecting awards, but it's
Now
funny.
now I understand why he says get that going out of my
Get
way.
that going out of my face.
Because he's freaking like trying to be all right, I get. How do you love a nun? How
I
do
don't
you
want-
love a
I don't
nun?
want the money to lose. I want to win.
How do you love a nun? I have an idea. What if we come and fight you? And he fights like two random guys by accident.
So, Kevin's been rewatching a lot of Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy. It seems
It's been
it keeps going on Paramount.
Yeah, Paramount Network. If you guys have direct like any cable, direct TV or whatever, I know like the big thing this year is like everything is going to mobile. Like you need a subscription to watch
streaming.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
streaming.
yeah, streaming.
Thank you. I was just
Direct streaming.
I just say mobile because like I always if I'm far away from my place I'm on my phone.
You know,
doing it.
honestly, that's how TV should have been. Anyway, what's the deal here? Every day he comes in with a new critique for the Dark Knight, Batman Begins, or the Dark Knight Rises.
Well, the first
and you know, it's never like a quality Kevin critique because he's like, so in the story, like, why would this happen? And you're like, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. The first, what's your deal with them flipping the car in the street scene? Let's start with that one.
Well, it's just like I was on YouTube. I keep getting recommendations on like Dark Knight clips, and I'm just as a person who is starting into screenwriting and film, you know, working
You're
that.
studying and dissecting film.
Yeah, doing all that stuff, you know, trying to figure out like what I can do to get that award to hopefully get the writing produced or the film produced. When I was watching the Joker driving the semi through downtown Gotham, which was, I believe, downtown Chicago, because that's where they filmed it. That was Chicago. It's just a lot of like action. Of course, it's an action film. I understand that, you know, you need action and description, but it's just like it just seemed like a lot of nonsense. Like it's like, oh look, I'm riding my Batmobile trying to get there, and then like he goes to like a little mall. He goes through like different alleys, but it's just like it just seemed like his nonsense getting. It just seemed like nonsense of Batman getting there. Like the Joker thing was fine because he kept it going. You know, he's just like. The Batman's all serious and like it cuts the Joker's like da 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 goes back to him. Harvey. It's like, what? I just think that like nothing against the flipping. I understand that. That was perfectly fine. But it's just like the build up to that just seemed like a little bit dull to me.
Good.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
No. I wanted to make sure like that was I got every point.
That's
so,
just the build up.
What Kevin refers to as build-up and randomness, what happens right before all of this, Kevin? You don't remember?
I don't remember. You can.
Okay. So what happens right before that is Harvey pretends that he's the Batman. He needs to be police escorted to Gotham PD.
Okay.
Okay. They put Harvey into an armored truck so he can be safely transported.
Yeah, they showed Harvey.
The Joker knows this. Kevin's other big problem we'll get to probably is how did he know this? How did he know that? That's the scariest part for me is how in the hell did he know that?
Yeah.
We'll get to that later. Let's just say he knew this was going to happen. Diverts the tour to Gotham PD by setting a truck on fire. They have to take the tunnels. Again, he knows this the whole time. We're assuming he either hijacked or hired some guy to drive the semi that you see he starts to shoot the bus at. This is where...
He's in the semi.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. Did I say something wrong or...
Well, you said that he hired someone in the semi. No, he's driving the semi. The guy he killed the guy to get into
he
the
doesn't
semi.
drive it at first. He doesn't drive it at first. He's in the back of the semi in the bed. he opens the thing, and he starts to shoot the armored truck with a bunch of guns. At some point, he gets into the driver's seat. Now, this is where Batman realizes what's going on. He tries to save him. Batman interjects. A whole chase battle happens where it is a lot. It's a lot of craziness, and he does go into the mall. He's just driving around. And at some point, the Joker switches into driving. But at every point, I don't know where you're getting lost. He has to try and help Harvey Dent get to Gotham PD and keep the Joker away from him. If I remember correctly, he uses a grappling line, sabotages the truck, and at some point it flips.
Yep.
We're at the street scene where he's talking about hit me, I want you to hit me. I think what you said you're confused on is why does he just fall? Why does he just flip it when Batman's riding? Because that whole point is you're supposed to connect, I think, and I don't think this deep into movies, and especially I don't think this deep into story or books, is that it can end right there if he hits him. That's not Batman's thing. He can't do it, even though he knows that this is the best thing for everyone. Can't do it. Nah. Slide. There he tips it. Explanation done.
Could at least wounded him maybe a bit. Maybe
he could have give him a little
that could have saved a couple more minutes.
I mean, yeah, a few weeks in rehab. I don't think the Joker could have. I think could have healed from a broken leg. Come on, Batman.
Yeah.
There's no point where Batman's taking Joker in at any point and couldn't grab his leg and be like.
I mean, it's Joker.
It's Joker.
It's Joker.
So, that's my humble explanation of the car flip scene.
What do you have next that you want me to explain?
Next. What did you bring up today? Buses. Go ahead.
Okay. All I'm saying is I understand.
Do you want to build up the scene or no? Like we did last time, it was good.
So, I understand they're robbing a bank and they have all this preparation, and of course the guy who sets the alarms off. All right, his partner's gonna kill him. He goes in. The guy who kills him goes into the safe, does that, and then there's another guy that comes down, kills him, and then the guy who killed the safe guy was like, "Oh, Joker probably told you to kill me." He's like, "No, the bus driver," and then the guy killed. What I'm thinking, I know his point was to kill the guy who's driving the bus. The guy who's driving the bus probably killed the bus driver to get the bus, and then boom, he kills that guy. And the guy who's driving the bus kills that guy because that's his idea, and then Joker kills the guy who drives the bus. Understandable, but the one thing that I just don't understand is why is there so many buses there when he comes out?
Okay. So, in this scene, the very beginning of The Dark Knight, which I thought which I thought captured everybody right from the get-go.
It's
one of the greatest openings in movie history.
It is a great opening for the villain.
Oh my god.
To introduce, and it's just
it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's stranger.
Think of Spider-Man 2. There's Doc Ock, and you're like, well, we know Dr. Octavius is Doc Ock, so.
But he's just so nice though, and then it's just
Peter.
I'm all angry now.
Yeah. I mean, and Harry. Well, we can get to that.
We'll definitely get to the new Spider-Man.
Great
opening,
and I did see that, so we could talk about it.
Oh, it's so good.
Great opening.
Yeah, great.
Of The Dark Knight, great opening.
Yeah.
So
continue.
Kevin's whole thing today was, how did he know that the buses were going to line up that perfectly so he could escape?
And my point on this is why is there so many buses going to one place? Because if you look. And this is just my thing. I know Marco will jump on this too, but in elementary, middle school, high school, your past of just being in school, buses don't have the same routes. They have different routes, but yet they'll end up all at the same place that they're going to. But it's just these all just feel that they were marching in a straight line, just driving to a destination, which doesn't make sense. And also too. How the heck does the bus driver behind him do not see a bus all smoky just coming out of a goddamn?
Okay. Kevin is convinced, with our collective small knowledge of small farm towns,
That's his gang.
that At no point do buses ever drive together in a straight line. That was actually perfect. No, like I take that time to take that in.
I'm thirsty. I'm sorry. It's hot.
There is no point ever. Even let's get the most obvious out of the way. They are part of the plan. Those are his. Is it students? Do you see students at all in those buses? I don't even think so.
No,
you just see a bunch of buses.
Yeah, you see a bunch of buses. That's why I'm like,
First
why would it be a
off-
field trip though if we don't see it?
First off, it doesn't have to be. I'm just giving you a plethora of possibilities that make sense to me. First off, who's to say those aren't just additional henchmen and he'll kill later, probably, let's just say, or not? That's not out of the question. How does he get the first bus in the first place? Let's just assume he got the other 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know how many buses.
The guy could have easily just went to the bus parking lot and just
very well he could have. Now, Kevin's thing with that is, okay, say he takes the buses. They're all his buses, or just the one bus. Let's take the one bus. How does he know that all of the buses will converge? Shut the fuck up, Siri. All of those buses will converge into one spot, and he can drive away cleanly in camouflage. How did he know anything in the film?
Pretty much.
That is the main point that I got to with that. Second off, Kevin, the one that really got me is why would a bunch of buses just randomly be there in a line in the city? To which I asked you if you ever saw a mass big city field trip.
And so when I say, have you ever? And this
Yes.
but also, too, you're like saying 24/7. We're not in the city 24/7. We live here.
I don't spend 24/7 in the city, and I've still seen a group of 5 to 6 converging buses going in a straight line down a city road. Yellow buses. You guys never took a trip to the Field Museum or the aquarium? Nothing in the city. You never went to a Cubs game in the city collectively? This was all just Spring Valley being cool?
Yeah, probably, because our
Okay.
school was probably fucking cheap.
Spring Valley's just cool then.
We had this, we did have like this gold card thing, Renaissance gold cards, silver and bronze.
You can get like deals off Casey's and McDonald's and shit.
Yeah, take all stuff. But like the gold card, people would get a day off and to go take a trip. When I got gold card, we went to Bloomington and watched their minor league baseball team play.
Now he's going to take that, Bloomington, and he didn't see any sort of buses collectively. I'm sorry, but Bloomington compared to Chicago.
Buses were already there before us, so too, I'll give you that.
But
we weren't in a straight line.
Compared to Chicago, compared to Gotham, Chicago being the third largest in our country, Gotham being top 5 city population in the world of Batman. In the world. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's too believable. I think Chris Nolan got you on that one.
I beg to differ.
I don't see.
Get him on the phone right now. Get him on the phone right now.
And I think he would honestly be offended by you're on the buses? Really?
Well, that's like
but because you outlined the whole plan that the Joker had in Moss and perfectly, and it all clicked together for you. But the buses, the buck stopped at the buses. I don't think so.
Like, how did he know how they got there? Like, what was the plan?
The plan was to fade away into a line of buses so the police didn't suspect that it was you. Granted, there is a huge smoky number. He could have added 2 seconds to that drive away, so smoke clears a little bit more.
That's like another. Sorry, go ahead, continue.
Just saying, you got a point there. That it's all smoky. Obviously, if you rounded the corner, you'd be like, that fucking bus was just in that building. Could have added 2 seconds to that, Chris Nolan.
This is also
seconds matter.
And another bus like wrap around the hospital thing too. Probably they got buses there to get the people out and stuff like that.
There's people in those buses though.
There's people, but they don't cut to Joker. They actually do have a clip. If you look behind the scenes and stuff, he jumps in and everyone's looking at the building falling down, but he's looking away. It's like, did that not look weird? You just see a clown in a
but they also
outfit.
see the building that they were just in being destroyed.
But while it was coming down, you just see a random guy in
because you're going to be looking at the building. If I was, respect to all of it, 9/11, if I was there, I'm not going to look at the random dude next to him. I'm going to look at the massive building falling. If I was in that hospital, I'm not going to look at the one guy in the back. I'm going to look at the building I was just in.
You could have saved us, man. You could have saved us from terrorists.
Oh, no, not me. No. Not that guy. I could have sang a song if there's dudes in the Titanic. They just like, no one's listening. Never are.
The friggin' violinist.
Those dudes rocked.
Gentlemen.
Okay.
It was an honor playing with you.
And there was room on that. And there was room on that door. Don't let her fool you.
But then it's gonna go all the way into like science.
Yeah, it's
and
like Mythbusters,
like,
and even though they said, and
yeah.
even though scientists said, well, the door that was actually made is actually very buoyant, so 3 people could technically stay on it.
The problem is though too is like when they cut to science, like we gotta think of mass, weight. Yeah. The atmosphere.
You gotta think of the studies done, and then like every study can show you whatever you want. Man, it sucks that we have science, and then people are still like, but do you believe that science?
I freaking did a paper on if time traveling is real for one of my college English papers because
they say to travel through space is travel through time.
Well, yeah, it's just like because my English professor for English 203 was like, we're not going to do books. I want you guys to watch movies, and we're going to do papers on the movies. But think of a topic. Just think of like a random topic for it. And so one of the things was because we went into groups for our last paper, and we're just like, I had like this and that, and like pick out the 5 and then pick one. So like we could have had like 20, but we had to narrow down to 5, and then you had to pick one by yourself. So I did is time traveling real in a way because one of the movies that she picked was The Martian with Matt Damon.
Did you go back in time on that? I'm not gonna watch it.
Basically, him and his team go to like a mission to Mars
to terraform Mars.
Yeah. To Mars.
Yeah,
and there's like a huge like crash and stuff, and like the team thought Matt Damon died, but Matt Damon's alive, and he has to try to survive on Mars,
build up Mars.
And
by
when
himself.
when they got him, he looked a little bit more older than them.
So that distance in space, he's staying.
So
wait, if he's older,
he might have aged a bit. Yeah. He might have aged.
Because usually you stay young, everyone else is older, right? That's a cool take on that movie.
So
I'll give him that.
So like, what I did in my paper is that Mars is the hottest planet, of course, one of the hottest planets. If you compare it to Earth, yeah, and so like the heat of the atmosphere like builds up the mass, and the mass pressures the planet to go a little bit faster. So it's pressuring, so it's pushing and pushing and pushing,
well,
making that planet go a little bit fast orbit than we can, because like farther from the sun, like Venus and stuff, they orbit slowly. But since like Mars is a little bit closer to the sun, we could orbit fast. But like the way that we work, we have when it goes to night, it gets colder to make it like a little bit slower, potentially orbit. But Mars doesn't really have like lots of moon. It's supposed to be like god of war. It's like painful, whatever you think of war.
It's a horrible planet.
Horrible. Yeah, it's like awful, horrible. Don't be there. But yeah, we go there all the time.
Yeah, we want to go straight to...
go there.
I don't...
Like, we recently just got a picture of what Venus looked like, finally.
Real quick on that. I'm glad that you brought that up. Instantly, I saw more thing of, don't see any aliens. I'm not going to be that guy to bring this up, but I'm just going to point this out. First off, Venus looks scary as fuck. It's all green and weird. It looks like Neo when he wakes up after the Matrix, and he's like, oh my God.
Well, the one thing with that, too, is just like, it's kind of like, the parties for like, you got Democrat and Republic, and we just stay on like one topic, just think of like the CNN, Fox News, they stay on one topic, and like somehow they just keep on doing that. That's kind of like with like us, we're traveling the planets, like Mars. Oh, there's probably something on Mars. Oh, there's nothing on Mars. What if we start digging a hole in Mars? They might have water.
Well, the thing I was saying about Venus is everyone's like, no alien bases in sight. If we were an alien, if say we're just us, we just discovered how to land ourselves on Earth. Say we were from Mars. If we land in the fucking Sahara Desert and look around real quick, there ain't much here. Holy shit. But if we go to New York City,
mm-hmm.
it's fucking populated. Venus is a lot bigger than us, I feel like.
The one problem too is that Venus is closer to the sun, and when you get closer to the sun, there is a possibility that you have no return. You know, they want to send their like little robot machines like they did to Mars, but if you get closer to the sun, you're gonna overheat, it's gonna crash, you're gonna lose.
Mars is farther from the sun.
Yes, that's why we go to Mars, because there's a possibility that when we land stuff on there, it will not die instantly. Venus, Mercury is very close to the sun, and you could like instantly lose. You could be there for like maybe, let's say, awesome, we got there, 5 minutes later, crash, you lost all your evidence. So that's a problem too.
It gets
getting,
hotter.
It's gonna get hotter.
You have to deal with radiation. You have to deal with heat rays. You have to deal with a bunch of science stuff.
And with the time traveling thing that I did, we had, of course, the mass. There could be, you know, let's just go with the United States. There are different time periods. You know, right now, California is 8 o'clock. And then you got next there would be Utah area, Colorado. That's Mountain. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. We're 10. And then we have, which is interesting too, because
we have another one. Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific, but I feel like there's one more.
I feel like there is one more, but like I even typed in like Maine and stuff, and it's still the same thing. It's still Eastern, and Eastern would be 11 o'clock right now. Right. Which is so weird that we only have 4. I thought there was like 5. So that's kind of like how that's like another thing as well too, that there could be different dimensions in time. So like we could probably cross over a border and be like, oh shit, it's like 5 years from now. Another thing too, wormholes. There's possibly unlimited wormholes that you could fall into that you can be like age lab. Just think of, have you seen the Endgame? The Endgame. And the Avengers Endgame?
No.
Okay, so basically how they went back in time to defeat Thanos and like stuff like that is because Ant-Man fell into a dimension where he was gone for 5 years, but it was 5 minutes to him. So that's like the wormhole idea.
We were talking about Interstellar. They have that conclusion. It's like 10 minutes here.
10
years.
Oh yeah, because like he comes back at the end and like
it's 50 years later.
Yeah, your daughter's on her deathbed now.
Good. If you could stick with it, good movie. If you can stick.
I'm gonna stick with. I saw
Chris
a bit
Nolan,
of it.
which, I mean, I get why you have to question a Chris Nolan film. And now we're back to Chris Nolan.
That's
so the buses debunked, the sliding in the street debunked, and you had one more.
Titles. The title. I was talking about the title because why would you be like Batman Begins? No, right? Batman Begins was the first one, and then all of a sudden it's like The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises, and you're saying because the title usually gets you, but it's like, well, if you want the title to get you, why couldn't you just start off with The Dark Knight Begins? It's like, oh, what's The Dark Knight? And that's why you can be like, go there.
Because instantly you know what Batman is.
But then that's when I say like when the trailers happen, because some people watch the trailers.
Some people, very few, and I don't believe it's as many as you think it is. And I that you have this idea that you're really into the trailers and you can get a lot out of a trailer, but not many people do that. If hardly any. People don't care about trailers. People care about movie titles, and then they care about actors.
But you're just saying though too is like, oh, because it's gonna be the whole story's gonna be about Batman, so like now we got your attention. Now we're gonna like change the title. But like if you want, but you can still get their attention if you did The Dark Knight and be like, oh, what's The Dark Knight? And then you Google and be like, oh, it's actually Batman. So it's a story about Batman.
True, I guess you could get some curiosity out of it, but why would you play with curiosity when people instantly know what Batman is? He's one of the most recognizable figures in history of humans. So, and the Dark Knight, if you're into the stories and you know what Batman is, you will go, oh, I think that's a Dark Knight. And then maybe an even smaller percentage is going to say, well, what's the Dark Knight? But the vast majority, I would say, are going to be instantly Batman. Got me. I don't think you can argue with that. I don't think making the mystery out of the Dark Knight title would be better than just going with Batman. I don't think a trailer for the Dark Knight is going to grab as much attention as just the name Batman, because people instantly think of the title. in my own view.
There's also a couple of titles that you mentioned. I'm like, why would you be like, oh, that's gonna be
Bronson, because I knew who Charlie Bronson was. He was like the most violent prisoner in the history of the UK prison system, and Tom Hardy was in it. So instantly, title, actor. Never watched a trailer for it. Ever. The Hurt Locker. It sounded like an action-y movie. What's his name who plays Hawkeye? Isn't it?
I don't know his name. I really don't know his name.
Renner? Jeremy Renner?
Sounds about
Jeremy
right.
Renner.
Let's go with that.
Instantly. Title,
David
actor. At no point have I ever, and again, literally just the two of us, so you have 2% of statistics, I'd say. I've really never, ever cared about the trailer for Spider-Man. We can, like, go around and come back to this because we said we were going to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's Spider-Man. Instantly is the attraction. Now, where the fuck's Tobey Maguire?
I know.
Title,
I'm pissed off by that.
actor. I don't care about the trailer. I really don't. And I feel like a majority of people don't either. That's just me, though. Because what do we have instantly? Spider-Man. Who's the actors?
Mm-hmm.
We don't. Now they could do the Christopher Nolan thing. They could go Webhead. They could go The Bug, The Spider. They could go anything, but they choose Spider-Man. I think that was a play with Wolverine Origins, X-Men Origins Wolverine. They tried to get the Wolverine buff in there. Fucked that up.
I don't know.
But
we'll get.
I'd say Chris Nolan has points.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're reaching. That's just me.
Well,
But I am a very, very big fan of the Dark Knight trilogy. So, and I, not just actor-wise, I think he wrote them well. I think they're pretty believable in terms of a superhero movie. And I think he put a lot of thought into it as far as things like the buses and the planning behind killing every single guy to save money.
Live better.
Live
Walmart.
better. Walmart.
We're going to take a short break right now, and we'll be right back after this. Three, two, one.
Now, after all that B-roll, we're back. What I consider B-roll, which is just rambling.
Yeah, rambling.
So, we finally debunked Kevin's qualms with Christopher Nolan.
Oh, I'm still going to find more, probably.
Yeah, and he's going to send them to me, and I'm going to be like, why do you care?
There's always just, you got it, because I want to learn from it. I want to be great. To be great, you got to learn from the best.
But to be great, I don't look at how Tom Brady's tying his cleats. I just look at his throwing mechanics.
There you go.
You're looking at Christopher Nolan's cleats. Why would he?
I'm not
how does he
looking
know the buses are going to be there? So
There's so
everything
many
else in
other,
the Dark Knight.
There's so many other ways that you could do it too. I'm just saying, what inspired you to do friggin' buses?
Oh, I got it out of him. How would you do it, Kevin?
I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. I didn't write it. But I want to learn it. But I want to know. But I want to know why. And I want to know what.
I gave you the why.
Field trip is not a why for me.
Field trip. He stole all the buses. Random chance. Literally, I will give the third one up to. He randomly found a group of buses and was like, "Hey, follow them." I will literally put that over anything you have right now.
He can't say, "Hey, follow them," because he's the driver.
He is the driver. Okay, so he found a group of buses and he decided to follow them. Anyway, now I got four.
No.
I don't see. I
You're
really
fake
don't
news.
see your argument for the buses. I don't.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying what made you want to do that, and then what do you have? What can you give me off of that so I know?
Well, if you don't agree with it, first off, you don't want to learn from it, right?
It doesn't matter. I can still learn from it.
You're going to learn wrongly?
No. You can. Sometimes the wrong way is always a good way.
You have some form of idea in your head how you could have made it better. I know you do. I know you way too long in how you talk, so I want to know how you would have done this scene.
I don't know yet. Well, I'll mention it maybe in the next episode.
I need you to write it down for the next cast.
Okay.
I need to. No, we always say on the next cast, and we never do, because it's just.
Well, yeah, because you're like, what's this? What does it mean? We haven't even talked about that.
It means chicky sandwich. was
and then
A-okay.
and then you're like, oh, Tom Brady losing those 3 Super Bowls. We'll get to that next time. Never happens.
I think that's going to be my calling card. Is I'm going to bring up things we're going to talk about next time. Never bring it up again.
We're supposed to watch World Tag Chase. That hasn't happened yet.
Hey man, you said you're supposed to set that up. I'm
okay.
I don't know.
Well, no, I haven't got all the information.
That seems like
yet.
a lot of.
I haven't printed out the information because I was going to put it all in.
I would assume you have to use your capture card thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I can easily like find a way to download it and to just sync it with us a bit.
So, Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. It's come out officially.
Yeah, and it hit 10 million views in 1 hour.
In 1 hour.
1 hour.
Way to go.
Breaking
Sony?
records. Sony.
Thank God for Sony.
Sony
Oh my God, we're going to get death threats for that one.
Sony, can you put the stuff on Disney Plus so I can watch all the Spider-Mans? I've only seen Homecoming.
Please.
Sony. Where's Toby? Where's Toby?
Where's Toby?
Where's Toby? It's multi-universe. And there is no way Doc Ock. There's no way Peter now knows about Doc Ock. If I swear to God,
That article was full of satire, and you know it.
if I go in there, because this is the icebreaker. This movie will be the icebreaker, and if it's really good, then I will like Tom Holland.
This movie, hasn't he had like 3 appearances so far?
Silver,
One of them was his own movie.
He was in Captain America: Civil War.
Civil War.
He
Endgame.
had home. Oh yeah, Endgame. No, Infinity War, Endgame.
Infinity War, Endgame.
Homecoming. Far From Home.
Now this is gonna be. I'm not gonna count.
And then multi-universe. Far From Home was the second movie of Spider-Man for him, and then multi-universe.
So he had
right
Homecoming and Far From Home.
Yeah, this is
So he has 2 of his own movies, 2 of his 2 guest appearances, and you need a decision now. Damn it!
I'm not a fan of him right now.
How many games did you watch of Aaron Rodgers before you were like, yep?
2009, so he had like a year. a year. But you're also like but like you're
I'm just saying, like, you have so much to go off of. You can make a decision now. I don't think waiting for Tobey Maguire is the make it or break it, because that's a little unfair.
No, it's not to make it or break it. I'm just saying, like, this is his big movie, and I want to just see. Yes, they're pulling me in with all like the past villains, which I love, but it's just like if he accomplished this with previous outstanding villains, then I'll give it to him.
I think that's a little unfair. Just a little bit, because
I can go off with other things too that you're probably gonna say no and all that stuff.
Oh, maybe, but to be fair, I haven't watched anything. I haven't even watched Iron Man 2. I watched 3. Never watched anything after. Didn't watch any Captain America. Didn't watch any Thor. Haven't watched the Spider-Man. Haven't watched the Civil War. Haven't watched any of that, because I should not have to watch 17 movies to know what's going on in the next one. That's just my feelings. Everybody can say, well, you don't have to. Yeah, you do. Marvel sucks. But so Kevin has a lot more knowledge than I do on this. I'm just gonna give that to him.
I'm just hoping that, like, what I want to see when Doc Ock comes out, which we saw in the trailer, and that was so good. Oh my God,
so good.
It's fucking 2 words. that was just like me. That was just like, shut up and just take my money. Comes out, it's like, hello, Peter. Like, ah.
And he does that like half smile. Hello, Peter.
Hello, Peter. I just want them to be like, because if it's a multi-universe, because of course in Spider-Man 2, the Tobey Maguire's little series,
top movie.
Yeah, top movie. He dies, but it's just like now he's all of a sudden he's back because it's a multi-universe. In a different universe, he didn't die in this one, but in like our time, he's dead. But I'm just afraid. I just am not going to be a fan if Tom Holland, Peter Parker, like is like, oh, you again. It's like, how do you?
They're going to, man.
I just don't want that though.
As soon as I saw that article that had all of those theories, and someone said that, oh, he's way too friendly with this Peter. They don't care about us.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a shit about us. It's not like video games. Video games are very receptive. I think we talked about that when we were playing one day. Like some video games, one complaint starts and then it's fixed the next either update or it's fixed the next part of the game. Video game, because they're so big, I think are very interactive with Animal Crossing.
Mm-hmm.
People put one suggestion in there on the next update instantly. Movies aren't like that.
No.
All producers and directors think they know best for us. Directors are bitches.
They want to pull you in.
They want exactly.
And then once you see the movie, they're like, I don't care. Look, here's my $8 from you.
Be like, no, not Tobey Maguire. You're fine with Tom Holland, and it's like we gave you the fucking money for Tobey Maguire, and you know this.
We gave you the money to see all of these 3 Spider-Mans fight together.
Honestly, if not anything, we want a real life meme. We want them to meet and go. And that's all I want.
Multi-universe is definitely not. Did they put the word multi-universe in the title though? I can't remember.
No, it's just
then there
No
we
Way
go.
Home.
Okay. Then they can
discussing Doctor Strange breaking the multiverse basically and inviting all of.
Yeah, and it's just if so yeah they got us already. They got us already because like we're like.
Side note: I'm not a fan of Benedict Cumberbatch. You can go to hell.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay. Anyway, but all I'm saying is that. They already got us already.
They
already got us because we're like, but it was supposed to be multi-universe.
Like I said,
did it say in the title? No. Thank you for your $10.
You're gonna come watch it.
It's like you're gonna come watch it, or you're gonna pay $30 on Disney Plus or whatever.
You could have literally every director and producer, and at the door they could tell you, Toby's not here. And you're still going to walk in that theater. That is the problem. And that's like going to be my problem because I haven't seen any of the Marvels, haven't seen the other Spider-Mans. Probably going to go and watch that.
Because in the Marvel...
I'm probably going to go and watch that.
Because the Marvel fan base, they're like, fuck, because if I don't watch this, then I'm going to be behind.
Exactly.
The whole month of May, I caught up to... I only watched 5 Marvel movies. Like, I didn't even see Infinity War. I didn't see Endgame. Like, the last one that I saw was Captain Marvel, and that was 5, and then that was my 5th one I saw, and the last one before that was Iron Man 3.
3 was so good.
I still would prefer 1. I think Iron Man 1 was
good, but man, the action sequence, like when his house is falling apart in 3, and he comes up out of his suit room, that was awesome.
Yeah, but...
Him with that little kid, like trying to restart from the ground up and creating his own, literally from scratch, weaponry.
And I just have one question: where's my sandwich? That was a good line. But God, I just wish that they were like. Why do we need Piper or Pepper, whatever? Pepper. I hate. Oh my God! I couldn't stand you. I couldn't stand her. Stand her.
Dare you? That's Gwyneth Paltrow, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's okay. I keep. I don't know why I kept getting who plays Fiona in Shrek. What's
Cameron Diaz.
Yeah, I don't know why I kept getting their names like flipped. Like no,
love me some Cameron Diaz.
Because like I don't know why I'm like it's not Cameron Diaz. No, who is
Cameron Diaz?
It's like it's gotta be Cameron Diaz. No, it's Gwen. No, it's Cameron. No, it's Gwen. Oh, let's put them together.
But then
Gwen.
I confused Gwyneth Paltrow with she was in
I don't know any
Hancock.
movie.
She was the wife in Hancock.
She was?
No. I get Gwyneth Paltrow confused with that lady.
That one? Okay, you got me there. You almost had me there.
Man.
You good? Oh, okay. He's gonna be looking up. But
put it in the comments right now. Who's the wife in Hancock?
But yes, definitely. Like there's probably gonna like Sony's probably gonna be ready for like backlashes and stuff from fans. Just because like we had high hopes, but it's not in the title. It's not in the title. They got us. Game over.
Charlize Theron.
Charlie's Angels?
No.
Oh. Is
Charlize.
Oh no, Cameron Diaz is in Charlie's Angels, isn't she?
Exactly. So there was Charlize Theron and Cameron Diaz is in Charlie's Angels.
I don't know why. No. This is fine. Like any Gwyneth, whatever her name is.
Gwen Paltrow.
Gwen Paltrow, thank you. It's just like I instantly think of Cameron Diaz. Like, oh, Cameron Diaz. Yeah. Gwyneth was in. No, that was Cameron Diaz. That was in Charlie's Angels. Like, God damn it.
And I think Charlize, the 3 of them, Charlize Theron, Gwyneth Paltrow, and Cameron Diaz, it's like the Eevees. If you take one evolution of no, not even Bulbasaur. Take all of Bulbasaur's evolution, and they all literally look the same. It's like Eisenberg, Sarah, and what's his name? Who's that third guy in the meme? It's Jesse Eisenberg, Michael Cera, and one other person, and they're like all the evolutions of this character or something like that.
It can't be Lex Luthor because I barely seen him in the first Superman, though. I don't think we even versed Lex Luthor in the first.
What are you
Superman.
talking about?
The evolution of Sub, and I know Jesse. I know Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay, and I
was
brought up
Lex Luthor.
Michael Cera, so why do you just...
Who is
go right-
Michael Cera?
Michael Cera?
Yeah, who is that?
You love Superbad. And you don't know who Michael Cera is?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, sorry. Was last name Sarah? I thought it was like Cena.
Oh, God.
Sorry, I'm drawing a blank, you know.
Andy Samberg. Shit. And you like Brooklyn Nine whatever, don't you?
I never seen it.
My
brother.
Swear you
It's
talking
it's
about it.
Matt.
Ah.
It's Matt. I'm not Matt. Like, you can see
So-
me. You can see my face.
Jesse Eisenberg. No. What this is saying is that Michael Cera, Andy Samberg combined to make Jesse Eisenberg. Or you can look look at it as the evolutions of like Evie, right?
I don't totally understand. Speaking of which, have you seen The Social Network? That's
No, you brought that up.
That's a good movie.
I thought that was interesting.
Yeah. It is an interesting movie. Like, it's just like you wouldn't expect all this stuff, just this idea to happen just because he went to Yale. I mean, not Harvard. He went to Harvard.
I think I'm slightly going back to Spider-Man. That says something about Garfield too, because I saw the clips of that,
Mhm.
and like his best scene is probably when they kick him out and everything, and he flinches at
Justin
Timberlake, and he's like, "I always felt big next to you." That's his best scene in that.
That is every okay.
Wrap it up. So I didn't enjoy it, so it's not just Spider-Man he's not good at. I think Andrew Garfield's just not that great. He's a great actor, but not.
He is a British actor, trying to be an American actor.
So Tom Holland.
Yeah.
He's doing great.
Yeah, no, that's just how it is. But like the 2010 Oscars, so rigged, so freaking rigged.
Haven't watched any Oscar ceremony.
Last time I saw an Oscar was just, I think, when I didn't watch all of it, but I know that I like kept in touch, and like Joaquin Phoenix won that. Like but like that was so freaking the 2010 Oscars was just so messed
rigged.
up.
The Oscars, the
Yeah,
Emmys,
but it's just like if we're saying
Tonys.
like Andrew Garfield had an amazing job as a supporting role in The Social Network, and the only thing that gets nominated out of The Social Network is just best actor, Jesse Eisenberg, who did not win.
This is all your opinion, though.
But I just don't think The King's Speech is a good movie, but I just don't feel like he deserved to get that award because the other people, I can't think of the fourth one, but you had King's Speech, that guy who had to prepare himself to stutter a lot. You had Moneyball with Brad Pitt, which was phenomenal, and then you had Jesse Eisenberg for Social Network. I understand now after watching Social Network that there didn't seem much drama with his character, because it just seemed like you just kind of knew what he was gonna do, but it's just like it just seemed like a standard Jesse Eisenberg character, like just like a character you probably could see in like another movie.
Is your point behind this Eisenberg should have won?
No,
Garfield.
Garfield should have been.
I lost the point behind this because you went from Garfield to McCoy.
I'm just saying that like the Oscars in general is like rigged because Garfield did amazing and should have got a nomination. In my own opinion, he did amazing. Should have got at least a nominee for like a supporting actor, but nothing. And I'm saying that like the only thing that I'm saying that Social Network is a great movie. Go check it out. But it's like out of all of that movie, you only gave that movie a nominee for best actor. Yeah. Like there was so much stuff that went into that made it look good. Like seriously, they literally made a Facebook headquarters by themselves. They didn't even like go to like Facebook. That's all made up. Okay. Like no like good like production. I don't know if there's a word for production.
Wolf of Wall Street created an entire Wall Street building.
Wall Street. That's another thing that didn't even get much either too.
Well, this is the Leo argument that I always bring up. Mm-hmm. Well, Leo should have won this time. Like when Lincoln Lawyer was up, and then I can't remember what else was up. Might have been Inception, might have been Gatsby, might have been Wall Street. Who the fuck knows? He lost to Lincoln Lawyer, Matthew McConaughey. Y'all ever seen The Lincoln Lawyer? Go watch that fucking movie. You'll see why Leo lost. McConaughey is a demon.
That's like another thing too with Oscars and just like, just getting rigged with at least a nominee, because I think Matthew McConaughey should have got at least nominated for Best Actor for Interstellar.
Little bit too outlandish and corny for, I think that should have been nominated. He won, nominated and won for Dallas Buyers Club, rightfully so. Or I was bringing up, what's his name? I hate him. Leto. Jared Leto won supporting actor in Dallas Buyers Club, and rightfully so. It was amazing. So obviously there was probably people who should have been nominated that time, and nominated and won. First off, instead of going to rigged completely and they don't deserve this and that, I think you have to look up who didn't get in and who are we comparing them to. So like Leo not winning most of his, the actors that did win usually deserved it because it was great shit. So if Garfield didn't even get nominated, as compared to Moneyball, as compared to The King's Speech, as compared to...
That's another thing, too.
Who's he supposed to compete with? Jonah Hill? You want Garfield to compete with Jonah Hill?
He was
Hell
good in
no.
Moneyball.
That's what I'm saying. So I understand how you see where, well, if he got in, like, they should get in, but I think you really got to look of who else was in that running. It's not like when you look at the Grammys, it's like, oh, Billie Eilish won. She had to compete with fucking Lizzo. She had to compete with 3 other people who I've never even fucking heard of. That was a gimme win. She was going to win anyway. That's not that impressive to me. Daniel Day-Lewis winning for My Left Foot, for There Will Be Blood. Holy fuck. If Daniel Day-Lewis comes out of retirement for a movie and he's nominated, just stop. Just drop out. He's going to win. It's a gimme. It's like Rodgers in the last quarter. He's going to throw it. He's going to get it. Give it to him. Fuck it. But I don't consider Garfield, after seeing those scenes in The Social Network, I think I might just not be a fan. So I think he might have been an overall bad choice for a Spider-Man. Tom Holland's great. I think he's really good. Obviously, Tobey's our boy. He's 20 years later, Tobey Maguire's still it.
Yeah.
I think that's our alarm.
Yeah, I figured my dog's going nuts. I apologize.
So in essence, Chris Nolan, you and Kevin got a collab. And I'll Joe Rogan that shit.
Damn.
Be like, say, Mr. Nolan, you want to explain the... And Kevin's going to be like, well, first off... I'll be like, Kevin, please. Tom Holland, good luck. I'm sorry that we're literally looking forward to everyone but you and your own fucking movie. Yeah. This is horrible. His movie... See that? The light turns off. We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
And no one cares about Tom Holland. No. The world cares about Zendaya in that movie more than Tom Holland.
I could care more about Tom Holland than Zendaya.
Me too, personally.
Personally.
So good luck with that. We're all superheroes in our own way. And thank you very much, everybody, for listening to the MK Ultra podcast. I'm Marco.
I'm Kevin. Make sure to follow us on our mobile apps at Podbean and Spotify at MK Ultra.
Subscribe to the YouTube. Also subscribe to Kevin's gaming channel. That'd be cool.
Yeah, definitely.
And if you want to play some games with us on Xbox or this and that, too bad I'm not going to give you my handle. All right. We're out of here. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great night.